everyone, welcome back. So as you may or may not know, I moved this year about 6 months ago. I moved across the country. I moved into a bigger apartment, and because of that I bought a ton of new stuff. And now that it's been about 6 months, I'm settled in, I just want to share with you guys the best stuff that I've bought for my new house, my new apartment from Amazon. Okay, none of this is sponsored. This is just like the stuff that I found that has just totally worth it. Totally like worth the money. It just has made my space so much better. And so I'm going to start with the kitchen because that's where I have like the most recommendations for you guys. So I'm going to start off with this sponge holder and also this Scrub Daddy sponge holder. They call it the Scrub Caddy. Sponges just are so gross. I feel like I've never had a good way to store them. I love these things because they just stick right to the side of your sink. They have the holes where the water can drain out, so the sponges can actually like dry up in between uses. It makes the whole process a lot less gross. And also, when I first got them, I was having an issue with them actually sticking to the side of the sink. They would like fall down. So my pro tip that I found online, if you put just a little bit of Vaseline on the back of the suction cup, it stays forever. Literally, these have not moved, not fallen down, not anything since January. So the next two things are this electric tea kettle and this tea carousel. The electric tea kettle is one of the best things I've ever bought. I used to work in a restaurant. We actually had one there too, which is what inspired me to buy one for my house. You just press the button. It takes like 4 or 5 minutes, boils the water, and then it's perfect to pour over your tea bag. You can use it like if you make like a ramen or something. If you have like a pour over coffee or like a French press, it's perfect for that. It's just a really simple, easy, but useful gadget to have in your kitchen. And then this tea carousel is super cute. I love having my little like coffee bar here, all the options on display. It spins around when I have guests. They're just out there. They're welcome for anybody to use and take. It keeps everything really organized and looks really cute. So still here at my little coffee bar, we have this milk frother that I bought. I actually have a Keurig that has a built-in like cappuccino latte milk frother thing. I bought this to have a second option when I had friends in town. And honestly, this little thing works so much better. You just pour a little bit of milk into a mug or a glass or anything, and it takes like 30 to 45 seconds. It perfectly frosts the milk. If you want it for iced coffee, you can do it as is. If you want it to be like warm for hot coffee, you can throw the milk in the microwave for like 10 to 15 seconds just to warm it up a little bit, put the frother in, and then you have a perfect cappuccino or latte, whatever you want. So this next one's kind of a weird thing, but it's this simple human trash can. Okay, like trash can, everybody has them. They all do the same thing. Like it's just something that sits in your kitchen. I just love this one. I think it looks really nice. It's very sleek. It can just slide anywhere. I really like that Simple Human makes trash bags that fit perfectly to the actual can that you have. I just feel like there's not a lot of space taken up by air. You can really get the most out of the trash bags that you put in there. Really easy to pull up, put in, and pull out, and it just looks really nice. So one thing I had to get creative with was how I was going to store my food and my spices without taking up a ton of cabinet space that needed to be used by other things. So I found these adorable glass magnet spice jars that come with little labels that you can put on them, and then you just fill them up, stick them right on your fridge. They look really nice. They let you use space that otherwise goes unused. And I feel like because they're glass and the labels are clear, they don't look super cluttered. They just look really nice on the refrigerator. Now, the other thing about this apartment is that there's a lot of open space. And because of that, when we first moved in, everything that you would just maybe normally have out that has labels made all the rooms just feel really noisy. I was getting so sick of just seeing labels everywhere I went. So one solution to this is this Clorox Lysol disinfecting wipe holder. So I like to have disinfecting wipes right on the counter. Obviously they come in those really ugly plastic things. They're always like a bright ugly color. With this, you just put the whole container into here, put the lid on, pull it up, and it's just a much more sleek way to store things on your kitchen counter. And then this last thing in my kitchen was just my attempt to kind of be like a TikTok girly who puts everything in other containers. I found these glass jug liquid containers. I use them for my oat milk. They just look super cute. I tried a couple different ones before I settled on these ones. These ones are the absolute best. They're so easy to clean. The lid is super tight and they just look really nice in the fridge. Okay, so moving on to the bedroom and specifically my bedroom closet. This is one thing you're going to hear from literally everybody all the time. If you're ever trying to get organized, they're going to tell you to get a matching set of hangers, and I could not agree more. When all of your hangers look completely different, it's just jumbled and messy and can make your closet feel really chaotic. I have these black velvet ones. I love them. The velvet helps keep the clothes on. They don't slide off and it just looks really nice. Everything's all lined up and the same. And then also in here, I have this rolling cart. This is something that could be totally useful for literally anything. Maybe if you have like art supplies, if you can put your kids' toys on it, books, anything like that. I use mine as kind of like an overflow for my vanity. My vanity table is kind of small. There's not a lot of space on it and there's not a lot of shelves. So this is just a great supplement. I can put all my products, my backup products, my headbands, my hairbrushes, everything can just go right on here and it just slides in right next to my vanity. It's super useful and like I said, it could be used for literally anything. This is just what I use mine for. Okay, so moving into the living room, I have these plant stands. They are super cute. I love the dark wood color. I think they look really clean. I like that they're not bulky at the bottom. Helps to make the room look less cluttered, and they're also adjustable, so if you have a bigger or smaller size plant, you can adjust it to that size. They're also very, very sturdy. My cats are super interested in my plants and they love to get up in there. All my plants are cat safe, don't worry. These things, they don't move, they don't knock over, they don't get pushed around, they're perfect. So something I didn't realize I needed until I didn't have it anymore was a clock in the living room. I used to have one right on the cable box. This new cable box that they gave us didn't come with a clock. So I really wanted just something that I could see the time on when I'm sitting in the living room watching TV. I found this alarm clock. It is so nice looking. It's very sleek. It looks like it just fits in with the other, like the cable box, the internet thing, everything else that kind of sits in that entertainment area. It's nice and bright, nice big display. I don't actually use it as an alarm clock, but that's what it's intended for. And it was super inexpensive. This candle lighter is something that you've probably heard people recommend 1,000 times, every BuzzFeed article, every YouTube video, every TikTok, and that is for a reason. It's rechargeable. You don't have to worry about the gas in a lighter, or like, I don't know, lighters always kind of freaked me out. I didn't like having them around. I love this thing. You just flick it on, it lights your candle, you turn it off, you put it away. It's amazing. I'm obsessed with it. This extension cord plug thing is perfect to have near the couch. You know that when you're sitting on your couch at night, you are scrolling on your phone, you definitely need to charge it. This thing is great because it just plugs into the wall behind the couch, feeds over, it's nice and flat. You just plug in the USB part of your phone charger. You don't have to worry about a bulky plug. I feel like, I could be wrong, I feel like it's less of a fire hazard this way, and maybe it's just like a peace of mind thing, but it's just a nice convenient thing to have. And then we have this magazine rack, which you might think is a little weird if you're not in like a doctor's office. I happen to collect magazines with Taylor Swift on the cover. If you don't know, I'm a big Taylor Swift fan, so I use it to display those, but I feel like this would be such a useful thing for maybe your kids' rooms to put their books on. If you have a home office, you can use it as a filer. It's just got a ton of different uses. I use mine as an actual magazine rack, maybe you will too. But again, it's just something that's very simple looking and can really help improve the organization and look of a room. So now we're going to go into my gym. I just have two different types of shelves to show you. The first one is this floating acrylic clear shelf. I use mine to house my Peloton guide, but this is another thing that I feel like could be just totally versatile in a bunch of different spaces. You can put small plants on it, you can put small decorations on it, you can again use it for books. If you have bookends, you can put on there. And the fact that they're clear and acrylic again feels like it's not taking up a bunch of space in the room. It's not creating a lot of visual noise in the room. And then I have this shelf that I've shared before. I have this shelf right on the wall behind my Peloton. I use it to hang my cycling shoes on. I use it to store my gym towels and my yoga blocks. Basically, all of my little accessories live on this shelf. This is great, again, if you have a home gym, if you have little gym type items that you need to be stored, and it's just a shelf with hooks. It could be used in a bunch of different ways. Maybe you can put it in your entryway. If you haven't noticed, the name of the game here is decluttering, and this just has really helped declutter this particular space for me. Okay, now into my bathroom. We have my prized possession, my towel warmer. I feel like this is truly the height of luxury. I am obsessed with it. When I'm ready to go take a shower, I plug it in, I drop my towel in there, I set the timer, I take my shower, and then by the time I come out, my towel is so nice and warm, like at a spa. No more freezing wet when you step out of the shower. It can also be used for warming up your pajamas. Maybe it's the winter and you want to throw your PJs in there before you get into bed. It seems like such a silly indulgence, but if you have it, you'll know that it's just something that's so worth it. And something everyone needs in their bathroom is a good shower caddy, product holder, anything to give you more space in the shower if you are just basic like me and don't have cool shelving in your shower. This one is fantastic. It hangs on the shower head. I had one before that just created all this gunk and rust, and it just made the bathroom so gross. This one's perfect because it just hangs there. There's plenty of storage space. It fits all the products, everything that we need, and just keeps the bathroom feel more organized. And here in the bathroom, I tried to ditch the labels as much as I could as well. So I found this set of shampoo, conditioner, and body wash dispensers. It's super cute. I love the amber color of them. The pumps make it so much easier to get all the product out of whatever shampoo conditioner you're using. And again, it just makes everything look a little more streamlined. I obviously need to get more for my other products, but for now, they look really good. And this thing is super silly, but definitely I'm happy I have it because I hate to be alone with my own thoughts. This is a shower phone holder. So it is like waterproof. You just put your phone in there. You can still use your touch screen with this film that's over it, and you can watch movies, you can watch Netflix, you can watch YouTube videos. Maybe you're watching me in the shower. Now that I think about that, that's kind of weird. If you're like me and you need entertainment while you take your shower, this thing is perfect. And again, it just suction cups, a little Vaseline on the back, and it has stayed for months. It has not moved. And finally, I'm going to share with you 3 things that I have in pretty much every single room of my house and why. So if there is one thing that you need to know about me, is that I always need to know where I can find a tissue and where I can throw the used tissue out at. So I have boxes of tissues in literally every room all over my house. So of course I had to buy some tissue box holders. Now I have 2 different kinds that I'm going to show you, and I'm going to tell you why I prefer one over the other. This one that I have, this is like the one that every influencer on YouTube has. It's like acrylic tissue holder pull out thing. I obviously bought it because I was trying to be cool like an influencer. And it's not my favorite because I don't like the way it looks empty when you're using the tissues, and also because it's acrylic, it gets really dusty and you can see all the dust. I have 3 cats, so cat hair is inevitable. You can see it all in here. I just think it looks kind of icky, so I keep this one in my bedroom where nobody really sees it. Now this one that I found is so much better. I was skeptical at first because I didn't really like the plastic look and like the white, but honestly these are so much better. I do like the wood top that they actually like the tissues actually pull out, unlike this one where they don't do that at all. Because of the material, they can just so easily be dusted off and wiped down. I have one in my kitchen, so sometimes it gets splatters and stuff on it. I can just wipe it off with a Lysol wipe and it's perfect. I need a tissue everywhere I go, and I just love that. Again, tissue boxes are so ugly. I don't know why they make them in those ugly patterns, but these are so much better. And because I use so many tissues, I have little mini trash cans all over my house. This is just one of them. I have one that sits right behind my end table, behind my couch. It's out of sight, so I can use a tissue and just toss it in there. I have one under the desk, and I keep one right here next to me on my couch, my filming space, my office area. It makes life so much easier. I don't have to get up every single time I want to blow my nose. I don't have a messy pile of gross tissues next to me all the time. This one in particular I really like because it's so thin and light. I can slide it literally right next to this couch and you can't even see it, but it's perfect. It's right there. I can just drop my trash into it and good to go. And finally, the last thing I have in pretty much every room of my house, you're probably gonna hear her in a second. It is my Amazon Echo Dot, my Alexa. I'm not gonna lie, part of me is super creeped out by the fact that I have these little robots listening to me all the time, but then I think about the fact that my phone's always listening to me, and really, what is privacy anyway? We've hooked these Echo Dots up to all of the lights in our apartment, to all sorts of stuff, so all you have to do is say, Alexa, turn on the studio light, for instance. Okay. I don't know if you can tell, but she turned on my studio light. Alexa, turn off the studio light. Okay. It's also just so nice to have like a timer anywhere. She'll set a timer for me. I can ask her the weather, have her Google things for me. I don't know if she actually like Googles or just answers questions. I can ask her to play music in here, maybe if I want to listen to Taylor Swift, and it'll actually play unless you specify otherwise on all. So if I walk from this room to the kitchen where I have another one, I'll still hear that same music, and then to the bedroom where I have another one, I'll still hear that same music. I don't know, I mean, I know privacy is like a thing, but for me the convenience makes it that much more worth it. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, maybe hit the subscribe button. Like I said, everything is linked down below according to the number that you saw on the screen. And if you have any other like Amazon home products or really from anywhere that you just cannot live without, please leave them for me in the comments down below. I love trying new things and I would love to hear your suggestions and give them a shot. And I will see you very soon right here in my next video. Bye!